Alright, welcome back guys. How is it going? Hopefully well. If not, hopefully this game can cheer you up a bit. Moscow 5 against Fnatic. If you have just joined us, game number 1 went to Moscow 5. We're on the best of 3 format for the Medion Challenge Cup. I'm Metis, and you are watching Chaos TV's live coverage here guys, so I hope you enjoy. If you did miss game number 1, youtube.com/Chaos Contingency. The VODs, the video on demands, will be up there either later today or very, very shortly. Either way, let's crack on with this game. Moscow 5, going to be moving together again. Ash has to be very careful here, as there were a horde of Moscow 5, a horde of Russians, angry Russians, a mob of Russians rushing down towards her. And of course with Yorick as well, very, very dangerous because he can slow you down with an omen of pestilence. So needs to be very, very careful, but Ash did manage to pull herself back. She will be just fine. And it looks like Moscow 5 are going to opt for a very similar approach they did last time. Last time, though, it was blue. We did see them steal that blue buff. This time round, maybe going to try and hinder that red. Doesn't look likely, though, as Diamond Prox and Alex are just going to look around this mid for a bit longer. Tarek pulling back towards his jungle. Yorick is just going to be recalling to go and assume the top role, and Corki is still chilling out in that bush. So, don't think we're going to see any early team fights kicking off here. I think it's just going to be the usual farming fest stage to start off with, and then hopefully flourishes into something beautiful. But we do have Soraka here hiding out around the red. Ash on the golems. Perhaps they'll be picking up these golems relatively early. Yes, they will. Soraka is going to pull there for Ash. And that should be easy peasy for them too. In the meantime, Wolves will be going down for Shen. And going to be picking up this blue. So, let's have a quick switch on the flip side. You're going to have Nocturne picking up his blue as well. So, really standard stuff coming out from both teams here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Moscow 5, of course, are an innovative team to say the least. But there's no point going innovative if the usual works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, they are going to play this one slow and safe to start with. And perhaps Nocturne is going to try his best to get his gank on at that top relatively soon. Yorick against Warwick. That really doesn't come off the tongue too easy. Yorick and Warwick, say that loads of times in a row. Bet you're going to make the mistake sooner or later. And the question is, which of these two are going to get the upper hand? Is it going to be the Ghoulmaster or the Werewolf? Only time will tell. Let's look at bot lane. It looks like Ash and Corki are just trying to push each other backwards and forwards there. Finding a few nice last hits there from Lamia on the Ash. Genja with Corki, seen this time and time again in the Core 7 Cup. He does love the Corki. Has been tagged up from that volley. Fires back with Phosphorus Bomb, and Soraka will be there just to heal Ash straight back up. So two good sustain lanes there. Soraka and Tarek can just keep spamming away those heals forever pretty much. And it's going to be very interesting to see which of those two AD carries gets the upper hand. Can't help but feel that ganks are going to play a big pivotal role in that bot lane as time goes on. Speaking of ganks, Shen is going to come for the golems. Will he be going for the gank afterwards? Will Cyanide be trying to get that first blood this game? Doesn't look likely. He seems to be edging away from that bot lane as much as he possibly can. And he's now going to be going up towards Ray. So we're not going to see any early ganks from either junglers. They're both way too content with just getting their farm up. And Nocturne has just hit level 4. Shen is going to be hitting 4 relatively soon as well. Gets the big Wraith. And Karthus comes in to lend him a nice helping hand as well. Okay, here comes Nocturne. This is going to be it. This is going to be the first real period of play. Big action kicking off here, but Warwick's spidey senses are tingling. He feels that maybe he's a bit too overextended and that Nocturne could be pushing on up. And Nocturne will recall. I think Nocturne may have thought that a ward was down there or something, just purely on the basis that Warwick pulled back, just like, nah, I don't really want to waste any additional time up here. I'm just going to go back and come back into the day stronger and secure that kill. Look at Shen though. Cyanide looking to favour his chances here. Going to go on the tri-bush. Nocturne's also moving his way back. In fact, maybe Cyanide was going for the counter jungle, but you don't count the jungle Diamond. That is just a no-go. Diamond's going to pick up those golems. Shen is going to go back with his tail between his legs. Another two junglers could be bumping heads. Shen with both buffs, Nocturne with just the red. Here we go. We're going to have some action right now. Vorpal Blade was used. Unspeakable Horror onto Shen, but he will taunt away. And just got out of range there, so he's going to be fine for now. Seeing a lot of pings at that bot lane from both teams. So maybe pinging there is a ward in that bush. As Soraka did just put that one down. Gosu Pepper doesn't seem to dismayed by that. We're going to have some action in mid laners. We're going to have Karthus going down there. Beautiful play from... Morgana going down from Karthus. Beautiful play coming in there from Shen as well. Shen was so instrumental in that kill, securing it for his team. And that is going to be first blood going to Peke. So we could be seeing a role reversal here. Morgana has gone back to spawn. And of course, as she died, picking up the two Doran's rings. So she's going to be a bit stronger here. But Karthus, with that first blood, is going to be very, very happy. Has 1,600 gold right now. So could feasibly go back and build up the needlessly large rod. I severely doubt that he will. I'd expect something like Catalyst of the Protector before that to come on out. But he is going to answer that question right now. Recalling, indeed, Catalyst the Protector is bought outright. Some more health pots and wards as well. He could only just have finished off that needlessly large rod. And to be honest, health and mana is more important for Karthus at this stage of the game. He wants to make sure that he can stand toe-to-toe with that Morgana. Large rod, sure, it's going to give him more damage, but it's also going to make him very, very vulnerable, especially against the double Doran's ring. So potentially some confrontation was going to kick off at bot as Taric is snaking his way in those bushes. Of course, he can open up a nice bit of damage onto Ashe with his stun, with the dazzle, but he's not going to bother to do that just yet. Corki seems more preoccupied, I should say, with just taking down these creeps. Let's have a look at the creep score. How's it gone? Corki on 50 and Ashe on 42, so she is a fair bit behind for this stage of the game, but she can pick this one back up with no problems whatsoever. Mid is going to be 52 to 45 in favour of Karthus, and top is going to be Yorick on 46 and Warwick on 22. So Warwick is getting absolutely stomped there. You can understand why. I mean, we've seen Darian use Yorick before. Very, very strong. His ghouls really do a lot of damage. They do a lot of harassment as well. So Yorick can stay in that lane for a long time, can really push you back as well out of your lane. It's very difficult to get creeps against Yorick. And we're seeing that right now, that Shushay is getting completely pushed back out of lane. Had to recall that. And he's now going to try and pick up this farm. Look, actually running towards Yorick. Yorick has no HP. Is he going to go into that bush? No, he's not. So Yorick is going to be able to recall without any problems whatsoever. And now Shushay is going to do his best to pick up as much farm as possible. Try and catch up with that Yorick, who's doing so well right now. Darian looking very, very strong indeed. So Morgana did just get given that blue from Nocturne. Diamond, it seems that he's a very strong Nocturne player, but he doesn't opt for those counter jungles as much with Nocturne. If he plays a Shyvana or a Lee Sin, as we saw last game, he's always there because their maneuverability is so good. Nocturne's maneuverability, not quite so good. You just want to get to level 6, you want to get that farm up, and then really try and hammer down those ganks. And he has just came up towards the golem. So speaking of ganks, could have his eyes set on Warwick. Having said that though, Yorick does push back that lane very, very aggressively, so it's difficult to see how Nocturne can actually get a gank up there unless Shushay on dangerously low health and he uses that paranoia to teleport on in. In the meantime though, at the bot lane, Ashe and Soraka are pushing heavily towards that Moscow 5 tower, starting to pull themselves back now. Has Ashe managed to close any of that gap? Answer, a resounding no. She is now 17 creep score behind Corki. Corki 74 and Ashe on 58 that she just picked up there. So Corki definitely getting the upper hand. Here we go with the stun. Missile barrage, look at that damage. Ignite's been used as well from Gosu Pepper. This could be Ashe falling, but she does manage to pull herself back. And she's actually going to return fire with the arrow. Not too sure about that. You saw from Lamia's movement, he kind of fired the arrow, and I think instantly he regretted his decision as he pulled back. He's like, oh, arrow. Oh, I wish I didn't do that now. So it's kind of confusing to see what Lamia's thought process was there. Maybe he was thinking of going for a return kill there, but just didn't work out. Uses that arrow, and Soraka came to the rescue there big time. With that heal, of course, does give you an armor buff as well. So Lamia did manage to escape out of that confrontation. Gold very close actually, 11.4 to 11.1. You have to keep in mind that Fnatic did pick up that first kill, so it'll be pretty much dead even had that first kill not have gone down in this matchup. So really is tense right now. Anybody's game, very early stage in its infancy, and last game was a real purely high-class matchup between these two. I mean, you can't even say that Fnatic got absolutely destroyed. They didn't make any massive mistakes. It's just that Moscow 5 were better. They were really fluid. They were really together. Lee Sin was counter-jungling all day long. He had the backup of the Urgot, the Jax, and the Morgana as well. It was just beautiful to watch. The Fnatic didn't really have any answer to that, so banning out the Urgot and the Jax as well is definitely going to give them a upper hand. Here we go with Warwick jumping on with the Infinite Duress. Shen has ultimate as well, going to try and taunt the Yorick. Beautiful flash though from Darian, moving back towards the tower. Not exactly your first impulse for most gamers, but he knew exactly what he was going to try and accomplish there with the flash through the wall. Here comes Shen again though. Blood Scent is up. With that movement speed on the runes that we saw before, Xuxe is going to be very quick, I should say, and very quickly on the case of Darian. But Darian is going to be able to pull back to his tower and should be recalled. In amongst all that, Moscow 5 going to pick up the dragon. Clinical Moscow 5 play. As soon as they know that more than one player is at top, they're going to go for that dragon because they know they have the numbers game one. They know they can take down those team fights underneath dragon. Beautiful play once again. So, let's have a look-see at this bot lane again. How is Ashe faring against Corki? It's really interesting to me because there haven't been a great deal of ganks at bot lane. There hasn't been a lot to disturb the ebb and flow. In fact, hold that thought because Morgana and Shen are going to come head-to-head. Karthus is round the corner, but PK doesn't have much mana and therefore is just going to recall instead. He does have a level advantage over Morgana purely on the basis that he did get that first kill. And he has 1,900 gold, and he will just finish off that Rod of Ages. So again, Rod of Ages, #1 core item on Karthus players. Going to be proved again. Here comes Genja though. Very aggressive push onto Ashe and Soraka. Maybe thinking for a couple seconds whether to Valkyrie on in there, try and pick up that kill. Ashe's arrow is off cooldown, and she does also have the cleanse. So again, Lamia against Taric is going to say, nope, I don't want to be stunned for too long. I'm going to take the cleanse. I'm going to be able to just basically move on away. No CC for me. And I have to feel it's probably saved the life 2 or 3 times at that bot lane so far. Both junglers starting to come down towards bot lane. Suddenly have 6 players occupying the same vicinity. Shen has got an Oracle, so Cyanide picking up the Oracle very early on in this game. Going to work for his team now, taking down that ward in the Tribush. But he is going to pull back because he knows his presence has been known. There's no point trying to come down for a gank right now because Moscow 5 would know exactly what the deal was. But that Oracle, if Shen can stay alive and really take down those wards, it's going to pay for itself, and it's really going to help his team get that map control that they so desire. Dragon has already been taken down from Moscow 5 though. You're going to come in confrontation with Karthus. This could be the wrong place at the wrong time for Darian. Has popped off his ultimate. Can he pick up the kill onto Karthus before going down himself? But surely he will, because here comes Warwick from the backside. Yorick is so close to finishing off Karthus here. Can the ghouls take him down? No, they can't. And the ultimate is not enough. It's not enough there from Darian to claim a kill. So close yet so far. We saw this in the last game when Jax tried to go onto Graves, and that was a bit of a carbon copy. This is definitely not Darian's day for luck, but beautiful play there. Nice flash coming in from Peke to get himself out of dodge, and he does manage to only just survive. So he's on 1-0-1, and Warwick is on 1-0. So, and wow. Xuxe's actually picked up a double no magic mantle. Interesting stuff there from him. Gonna have a stun coming in and the paranoia as well, just to interrupt myself. Unspeakable horror onto Ashe. He's gonna go down so quickly. The burst damage incredible from those 3. Now I'm gonna be looking for a secondary kill. Here comes Shen though. Will the ultimate proc off? No, it won't. Requiem coming out here as well. Big damage is gonna take down the first kill onto the Nocturne. Thought for a second it may get the second as well onto Taric, but Taric will not get dropped there. And a fast Rod of Ages this quickly into the game is going to put out some serious pain. Also, Karthus is level 11, so he only just put 2 points into Requiem. 465 damage overall Requiem is doing to individual targets. Of course, it does hit all 5 players in the battlefield. And 465 damage right now is a big chunk of damage. This early on in the game, we just saw there Nocturne getting completely decimated. He had no mana left, and he also didn't have his Shroud of Darkness up, so he could have blocked that one. So unfortunate for him, but nice play from Peke, who is now on 2-0, looking good. So how is the creep farm looking in mid? You're going to have 141 for Karthus, 134 for Morgana, so not too bad in that respect. But of course, Moscow 5 did pick up the Dragon. So let's have a look at the gold difference. You've got Karthus in 5,200 gold, Morgana on 4,500. Not a huge difference so far. It's definitely sizable, but it's not going to make or break the game. The two top laners coming head to head again. There's no doubt that Darian is getting the upper hand in this exchange. Look at that, 50%, in fact less than 50, about a third of Shushe's health remains, and Darian on full there, standing toe to toe with one another. Now you're going to see Gosu Pepper coming into heavy attack. Here comes the big stun from Tarek and Corki as well. This should be a dead Melisande. He's going to go down now, but can they pick up the return kill onto Corki? Here comes Shen, only just misses that taunt, but it's enough. With the Vorpal Blade to finish things off nicely onto Genja. So Gosu Pepper opened up the exchange. They did take down the Soraka, but to be honest, a support for an AD carry, I'm pretty sure Fnatic are quite happy right now. They're going to take that any day of the week. This is going to allow Ashe to stay in her lane for a bit longer to pick up the CS. She also didn't get the kill, but she got the assist. Shen picking up that one, so a nice exchange in the end for Fnatic. I'm not going to be too dismayed about that one. But again, you saw that combination of the Dazzle coming in from Tarek, the Valkyrie Gatling gun Phosphorus Bomb combination from Corki is so strong. It just melts the face of anybody that gets in their way. And we are going to see that time and time again from these bot 2. These Russians so strong. So let's have a quick look at some of those builds as they're coming to fruition. You're going to have Ashe is going to go for the BF Sword and Vampiric Scepter. More than likely going to be building into a BF Sword, a Bloodthirster even, and more than likely going to get the stacks up very quickly indeed. On the flip side, as expected, Corki going to be going for that Trinity Force, has the Zeal, has the Phage, the 2 Doran's Blades as well, and the standard boot. So nothing too special coming out from here. Mana Moon has been finished off onto Yorick. That's going to allow him to just spam all day long, and I have to feel that Shushe is getting crippled at that top lane. He's on 75 creep score, and you're going to have Darian on 142. That's a massive difference. Here comes Shen. Can Cyanide turn the tables on Darian? He's had it all his way so far at this top lane. The answer is a no. He's just going to get that farm instead. Dragon is being taken from Moscow 5. Shen going to ultimate onto Karthus. Karthus flashing in. Can Nocturne go down? The answer is actually no. Ashe ultimate's in, but the Black Shield from Morgana will block that one off without any problems. I can't help but feel that Fnatic are really going to rue this mistake. That's one player that's been dropped. Requiem's going to come on in as well. Can it pick up any kills? Nice damage, but not enough to take anybody down. Having said it though, Tarek will be getting killed from Shen. Second kill onto Morgana from Warwick. Infinite Duress was popped as well. So even though Karthus didn't finish anyone off himself, he did weaken Fnatic enough. Sorry, not Fnatic enough. Moscow 5 enough to pick up the pieces afterwards. And now Fnatic have every chance to pick up this Dragon afterwards. So it's definitely possible that Fnatic could be taking game number 2. Moscow 5 looked way too good in number 1. This has been anything but one-sided. Yorick and Corki lurking around. I'm going to try and pick up some kills. They didn't seem too interested in trying to steal Dragon there, sorry. They were just basically lurking around trying to pick up the kill into Ashe and Soraka. And that allowed Shen to pick that one up comfortably without any problems whatsoever. Must have been kind of curious as to what was going on with the rest of his team. But either way, that is going to take the gold advantage. 24.3k to Fnatic, 23.3 to Moscow 5. Very close action here. As the 2 top players are now going to bump heads in the mid. It looks like top has been completely vacated for now. But Darian is on his way back up there. Warwick, in the meantime, is going to be pushing his way towards bot lane. So maybe Shushe is going to try his luck at this bot. There is no ward coverage down from Gosu Pepper. He's just put one down there. Could be in the nick of time. Warwick is going to opt to come at the bottom here, go through the bushes, and sneak his way in for a gank instead. Gosu He's playing smart. He's being aggressive. The cleanse comes out straight away. Is Rock going to be able to land the ultimate onto Corki? Ash will fire her Ash arrow in there, and Corki then ultimating onto Gosu Pepper. Surely he's going to fall here from Ash. In fact, Warwick picks it up right at the death there. Well, look, the Tarek may be able to escape by the skin of his teeth. He's going to pull that one back and get the kill there. So Warwick hasn't had a great game at top, but he has managed to pick up 3 kills in the team fights that have ensued. So 3-0-0 for him. He has the Glacial Shroud, the Wit's End as well, the Null Magic Mantle, and the Boots of Speed. In the meantime, Yorick is going to try and make short work of Cyanide at top lane, doing a lot of harassment, a lot of damage as well, but not enough to finish off that jungler. Tower is on low HP though. Is Darian going to try and finish this one off now, or is he going to keep the tower up for consistent farm? Looks like he's not too bothered about taking this tower out right now. With 20 minutes through the game, of course, he's in no rush to do that. 168 creep score for him. And he's going to finish off that Spirit Visage. He is looking very deadly right now. And the Ruby Crystal on top of that. Trinity Force has just been finished at the 20-minute 40-second mark from Genja on Corki. You have the Abyssal Scepter coming in from Morgana once again, and the Cage's lucky pick for some gold per 10. On the flip side, you're going to have Karthus with Rod of Ages and the Blasting Wand. Has 1,560 gold, now 1,600 gold after picking the race up, so he could feasibly go back and take a large rod, but seems he's more interested in staying in mid for a little while. He has that blue buff, so he can stay here for as long as he wants. And he's facing off against Alex Itch, who doesn't have blue, so he is going to have to watch that mana consumption much more closely than Peke will. And now looks like maybe Karthus will be thinking of going back. He's kind of caught in two minds, it seems, going backwards and forwards. Going to pick up these walls after all, and I'm expecting after this, maybe going to go back to mid and get this creep wave, then perhaps actually recall and buy up some items. Here comes a dark binding attempt from Alex, doesn't land. Tormented Soil on the ground as well. Going to have some more confrontation at top as Darian and Shushay go head to head once again. Lots of damage being exchanged, but no clear winner right now. Darian's going to push back towards his tower. Shushay has to be careful though, because Darian does still have the ultimate off cooldown, and Infinite Duress is on cooldown right now for Warwick, so he doesn't have one of those big abilities, one of those big utilities at his disposal right now, so he has to be so careful, and he is going to be pulling back and recalling. Karthus actually elected to stay in mid a bit longer than I was expecting, but there we go. He's going to go ahead and recall right now. How much gold do you have to play with? 2,300 or thereabouts. He is going to go ahead and finish off that large rod and an amplifying tome on top of that. So how much ability power does he have right now? He has 280. And what about Morgana? She's on 166, so a fairly big difference there. Morgana does have 1,450 gold in her back pocket as well, though, so she could be going back and building up some interesting items. We did see the Cage's lucky pick last time, which he built into Deathfire Grasp. And interestingly enough, Harik actually took a Deathfire Grasp as well, so we could well be seeing a repeat of that once again in this game. But let's put our attention to bot lane again. Let's have a look at some of this creep score differences. Ashe 175, Corki 172, very close. You do have the Dazzle coming out there onto Ashe. Big damage from Corki and Tarek. Ashe getting absolutely destroyed there. Soraka, even with her heal, Ashe is still less than a third of HP. Around the corner mark, let's see some action in mid here. As Karthus go down, can they reply back on? Chen does miss his taunt on towards Morgana. Here comes Warwick though, onto Yorick. Not entirely sure if that was the right decision from him. Yorick is so tanky right now with that Phage and Spirit Visage as well. Not too sure about jumping on top of him. Couldn't really have hoped to have got that kill. Soraka is coming under heavy attack at bot lane. Can they finish this one off? Corki's trying his best to finish it off. He will do so. Ashe goes back onto him again. He has to pull back because of that tower aggro. Can he finish off Ashe here? So low health. Shen's coming in from the side. This could be the great escape from Ashe, but she is going to go down. Shen's going to go back onto Genja though. So it's going to be a 2-for-2 exchange at the bot lane. And of course Karthus dying on top of that in the meantime. So beautiful play in the end there from Genja, managing to secure that second kill. And smart work from Cyanide, realizing, observing the threat, was like, oh god, even if they both die, I'm going to make sure that Corki goes down with the ship. And that's exactly what he did. So 9-7, the difference right now just 600 gold after 24.5 minutes, so could not be any closer right now. Still anybody's game. Remember, M5, Moscow 5 won that first matchup, so Fnatic simply have to take this one home. Deathfire Grasp has been finished off, has been completed from Morgana. So there's going to be all kinds of pain, a world of pain for whoever she so desires to try and take down. Dragon has been attempted from Diamond Prox, but seeing there were 4 players moving on his position is just going to pull back. No point in trying to gamble with that decision. There is a ward down from Fnatic, so they knew exactly what Nocturne was attempting. They're going to go back into the fray again here. Morgana's slightly behind them, so they need to wait for her. Wall of Pain has gone down as well from Carthus. Are they going to try and jump here? They do have a nice couple of engages. You've got the likes of Warwick who can jump in. Big damage being exchanged. Warwick has been stunned as soon as he jumps onto Corki, though. Beautiful play from Tarek. Morgana onto Carthus. Here comes Requiem. Is it going to do any damage? The answer is yes, a lot of damage, but not enough to take anybody down. Ash is focusing onto Nocturne, ignoring Yorick on very, very low HP alongside Morgana. That is going to be a 1-for-0 exchange, but look at all those flashing players on your screen. Shen with no help, Morgana with nothing, Yorick with nothing, Tarek with nothing as well. So close to being something truly special there in that team fight for either side. But that is going to be a dragon picked up for Moscow 5 regardless. You do move ahead now, needs to be careful here. They could be caught out. Tarek's gone down from Ash. Here comes Shen, managing to land the taunt onto Nocturne, but the Shroud of Darkness was up, so that is going to negate that taunt. Now going to go into Corki. Corki has no mana remaining for that Valkyrie, being slowed time and time again. He's now got enough for the Valkyrie, and he is going to be just firing his way across in his airplane, spaceship, whatever it is, and he is going to be just fine. So yeah, that mid tower is going to go down amongst all of that. Gold is still incredibly close. 10-8 on kills, 2-1 on towers, 35.5 to 34.7, and they're going to attempt a Baron here. Fnatic have stamped their foot down. They're saying, we're going to take this Baron. We know that Moscow 5 have gone back to their spawn. Now is the time to strike. Wall of Pain comes out. The fail ward from Darian. He put the second one down just in time to see Baron getting picked up. So even if he landed that first wall, wouldn't have made any difference whatsoever. And very quick fire stuff from Fnatic. Noticing that there was an exposed weakness there on the Moscow 5 armory, and it's not too often you can say that, so they pounced. They found that chink in the armor, and they really tried to push through. And with this Baron, they have every chance of pushing this victory home as well. So let's have a look. Tarek has picked up the Shari's Reverie. Doesn't look like he's going to be going for the Deathfire Grasp this time. You also have a Zeal picked up for Yorick alongside the Phage, but I've seen that's going to be built into the second Trinity Force for Moscow 5. On the flip side, Ash has got the Phantom Dancer, completed the Infinity Edge. Warwick has the Glacial Shroud. Somehow he still hasn't died in this game, and considering how badly beaten he was getting at top, that's kind of impressive from Shushay. Shen on 3-for-0 as well has the Giant Spelt, the Wit's End, and the Phage, more than likely going towards the Frozen Mallet. And finally, Carthus has the Rabadon's Death Cap and the Rod of Ages. So lots of nice shiny items being built up. Gold is dead even right now as I'm talking. Fnatic do just take the advantage back to even again. It's so close here, but of course Fnatic with that Baron will be looking to edge ahead. But Darian doesn't seem to have picked up the script and read it. When you're against the Baron team, sometimes you want to play a bit more defensive, but this is Moscow 5. They do not care. They're going to keep pushing forward regardless. These are fearless warriors, and you're going to see Yorick accompanied by one of his ghouls pulling himself back towards mid. So it's going to be interesting to see how Moscow 5 opt to play against this one. Are they going to go aggressive? Are they just going to turtle in as many teams would do against Baron? Or are they going to try something sensational? We're only going to see in the next couple minutes. 2 players are at bot lane, make that just Shen, but of course it doesn't matter. His ultimate will allow him to close the gap very quickly. Corki did recall, and he's going to be joining his brethren in mid. Fnatic looking to just poke and prod, nothing with any great substance behind it. They're just trying to take down these creeps, just trying to land a couple lay wastes here and there. And I'm sure if Warwick and Ash see an opening, they will pounce on that with the arrow and infinite duress. Shen has taken down that bot tower. Similar to a game we were casting earlier actually, MYM against XHCL. When you have Baron, it always gives you that ability to push one of your players and really try and split push. In fact, hold that thought, we're going to have some more action between Shen and Nocturne. Nice taunt has been landed. Ash arrow comes in so nearly. In fact, it did hit on my screen that went past him, and then he got stunned. Wowzers, I must be lagging. But Nocturne is going to go down regardless. His infinite duress has popped on as well. It's almost like the arrow lagged or something there, but either way, it did end up landing. Here comes Morgana with the Soul Shackles underneath the tower. This could be quite dangerous for Fnatic. She has managed to stun a couple players. Nice taunt though from Shen. Warwick picks it up onto Morgana. Beautiful ultimate from Shen onto Karthus, but not enough to keep him alive. May have done the trick though for his team, as here they start to push him. Requiem will be popped. Big damage being exchanged. Warwick goes onto Corki. Corki onto Shen. Yorick will take down Shushay there, right at the death of that team fight. There could still be life left in this one. Corki with Yorick's ultimate is going to continue to push forward, and they will pick up the kill onto Soraka, pulling this back to a 13-12 scoreline. So you have to give props to Moscow 5 there. They took down 4 players with Baron. So nice play from them. Just Ash, the AD carry for Fnatic, still stands tall and proud. She's going to go back towards Golems. Going to try and pick this one up for her team. Moscow 5 are going to just keep farming their lanes. Nice attempt from Shen in the team fight, it has to be said. He did ultimate onto Karthus. Karthus lasted a couple seconds longer than he should have, and very nearly did pick up a few kills there due to Shen's brilliance, but unfortunately Cyanide wasn't able to do too much after that ultimate, as the amount of damage that Moscow 5 were putting out was incredible. Of course, one of the great things about Yorick is he can use that ultimate onto Genja, onto the AD carry, and even though Genja was dead and buried, he could still stand tall for a few seconds there and just rain down damage. In fact, I'm going to have a look here. Itself, okay, to reanimate them for 10 seconds. So Genja for 9-10 seconds was absolutely pummeling the opposition, even though he had been dead. So really awesome stuff from Yorick, and it kind of catches teams off guard when suddenly Corki is still decimating your team. So we are going to actually see Yorick picking up that Trinity Force. So 2 TFs on the battlefield, one for Corki, one for Yorick. Going to have a chain vest being built up for Morgana, an identical build to last game that we saw. She's not going to be opting for anything differently. Aegis of the Legion on Nocturne. Ash Arrow comes in, has landed onto the Tarek. They're going to try and capitalize on this. Paranoia straight back in from Nocturne, though, on towards Warwick. Infinite Dress was popped as well. Somehow Gosu Pepper is still alive. Big damage being dealt. Here comes the Soul Shackle from Alex. He's not going to pick up any kills, but look at that damage. Allowing Corki to take out the Soraka, and now Shen's going to do his best to return fire with that taunt. Ash onto Corki. Yorick will take down Shushay. Nocturne back onto Shen. Just hit for that action. 2 heavyweight boxes smashing each other across the chops, and that is going to be 3 players down for either side. Karthus and Ash still stand here from Fnatic, and Tarek somehow managed to survive that one, even though the arrow hit him in the back. And he is joined alongside Yorick. Yorick is on full HP, full mana. This should be a comfortable dragon pickup for Moscow 5, who will take the gold advantage after this. But look at how close that gold actually is overall. 47k to 46.5. Wow. 33 minutes on the board. That just shows how close this game has been. So, Shen has finished off his Frozen Mallet there. And looks like Karthus is going to be going for that Zonya's Hourglass. He has another needlessly large rod, so his ability power must be absolutely insane. Let's have a switch over. 503. How much is his ultimate doing? 50 plus 302. That's a lot of damage coming down collectively into the opposition. Maybe picking up this blue as well. Gonna have Nocturne picking up that Phage as well. Nearly called it a Frozen Mallet. That would be jumping the gun a tiny bit. May very well be building it into a Frozen Mallet, but right now it is just a Phage. Now you're going to see Moscow 5. Oh, Corki. Oh, Corki. This could be a mistake. Shen's going to ultimate onto Warwick. He used Infinite Duress, and Corki's going to be going down. Requiem popped off from Karthus there. I think that was to secure the kill. Ash Arrow comes in. Beautiful play. Once again, Tarek tanks that one for his team, although I don't think he knew anything about that. And ultimates are being exchanged left, right, and center. Morgana's now going to pop off that Soul Shackles. It's not going to be able to pop, though. She goes down in a heartbeat. And I can't help but feel that Genja really opened this one up badly for his team. 3 players down from Moscow 5. Just 1 has been dropped for the opposition. And that's going to be Karthus. but he does manage to return fire onto Yorick, and that's going to be a Baron. And I have to say, Genja, what were you doing lurking around with your pants down in no man's land? You had no vision whatsoever of that bush. Warwick and Soraka were just there. He gets taken down, and suddenly Moscow 5 and all kinds of troubles get completely cream-crackered in that team fight, and they lose a Baron on top of it all, just to add insult to injury. So 20 for 16. It just goes to show, in League of Legends, one small mishap, one small mistake from a player of Genja's caliber who's been playing so well in this game can really make the difference. It can be a difference between a win and a loss. It's exactly what Fnatic needed. It's going to be their second Baron in the game so far. They have been the Baron bosses so far. Going to take down that tower at top. Going to try and stamp some authority on this map. 4-3 ahead on towers, 54k to 49.8k to Fnatic's credit, so 4k ahead right now. And we are going to see some items being built up as a recall has came in. Warden's Mail on Shen, more than likely with the Heart of Gold, going to be going towards Randuin's Omen. Such a strong item on Shen. Frozen Heart has been finished on Warwick as well. Shirai's Reverie on the Soraka. And Last Whisper for Ashe. Look at those items. Infinity Edge, BF Sword, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper. That is all kinds of damage coming out there from Ashe. We are going to see Azonia's Hourglass finished off from both Karthus and Morgana respectively. It's kind of to be expected. So Karthus can really be a pain in the backside, so can Morgana. Popping off the ultimate, as soon as you think you've got it, she pops the Hourglass, and suddenly her Soul Shackles, I should say, still explodes and you're in all kinds of trouble. Glacial Shroud onto Yorick. He's incredibly tanky right now, and has the Negatron Cloak as well, so very tense atmosphere here in this game. Both teams are still going to feel that they have the upper hand. Big damage onto Darien, though as tanky as he is still getting absolutely destroyed. Here comes the damage though onto Peke. Nice arrow from Ashe, going to have another engage underneath the tower. I'm not sure who this is actually going to favour, because Moscow 5 simply do not have the Baron. Ashe onto Yorick. Ashe has got down low from Morgana. Can they pick up any more kills? Shen will absolutely crush. I think that was Corki in the end. And Nocturne onto Karthus. Here comes the Requiem. Can there be a kill onto Tarek? The answer is a no, but Nocturne is going to go down. And Fnatic are going to get 4 players for 2 in that exchange. And I was wondering, was that a great idea right there from Moscow 5? Yes, they're underneath their tower, but pretty much everybody is 18 or thereabouts. Tower does not do that much damage right now. And of course, when you're against a team like Fnatic with the Baron, and you have characters like Shen on the opposition, you do not want to be engaging that kind of position. And it's kind of reflecting the fact that he got absolutely crushed there. Again, Tarek is the lone survivor, and he's going to be on his own for 10 seconds. Yorick and Corki will be respawning around the same time. 20 seconds, and here we are going to have the Infinite Duress onto Tarek. He's going to be dropping now. Surely going to die. Did pop off his ulti, but a bit too little too late there. There comes the ace. Yorick and Corki have just respawned. Tarek's going to be out of action for 50 more seconds, and you can now see Fnatic pushing back. Going to try and clear up that jungle. Maybe wait for a dragon when it respawns, take that one up as well, and suddenly out of nowhere, a 7k gold advantage comes on the cards for Fnatic, so looking very, very good indeed. Aegis of the Legion has been finished on Soraka, and 5 wards as well. Randuin's Omen finished off for Shen, so he's a very tanky ninja right now. Ashe does have the Negatron Cloak. Will she be going for the Quicksilver Sash though? Could be a potential possibility. Only time going to tell. She has missed the ultimate though onto Corki from point blank range. Shen has came in with ulti as well. They could still pick up this kill as Valkyrie's already been popped. Beautiful taunt coming in from Shen. You have to say though, those kind of ultis close range from Ashe, it's kind of predictability. You're guessing where the enemy is going to be. She fired it behind Corki expecting that he would instantly react and start running backwards. So you can kind of excuse Lamia there. I can see where he was going with that one. Unfortunately it didn't land. It looks kind of bad, but he still got the kill. That's all that matters. Corki going to be out of the team fight for the next 40 seconds. Dragon going to be picked up with ease from Fnatic. This is looking very, very good. This is looking clinical right now. I can't see them losing in this position. They're going to just try and choke Moscow 5 out of this game. And indeed, the Quicksilver Sash was finished off from Ashe, so she is going to try and do her best not to get hurt by the likes of Morgana and Taric. She can just pop the Quicksilver Sash and run away, get rid of all that CC that's on her. Only 3 more slots in the game for items. That's going to be Taric and Soraka, of course, the 2 supports. You'd expect that to be the case, and Warwick as well. He has got himself a recurve bow. Apologies, guys, just getting a quick drink there. A bit parched with all this action, this fast-paced action. You're going to have Void Staff on Karthus as well, so he's doing so much damage. A lot of magic penetration on top of all that. He's got Requiem, which is going to be doing 550 plus 391 damage. Let's have a look at Morgana. How much is her Soul Shackles going to be doing? It does 325 plus 281 to start with, and then exactly the same after. So much damage if you can land that on 2 or 3 players at least. Fnatic are going to try and push the envelope at the top player. Nice wall of pain used from Karthus. Going to try and push this tower down as soon as possible. Leave that inhib vulnerable to attack. Creep wave has disintegrated though, so they're going to have to wait a bit longer here. The Dark Binding did come out from Morgana, but didn't connect. Stun from Taric, a bit too far away, and also on Warwick, so don't want to pounce on that one. But they are running out of time. They're running out of options now, Moscow 5, because Fnatic can play this game all day long. Have a quick look at Shen at that bot lane. Again, this is the mark of a truly great team. They can just split push at times like this. Moscow 5 feel kind of claustrophobic. Now you can see them trying to break out. They're going to try and pick up some kills. Here comes Karthus, he's going to flash in. Shen's ultimate on top of him as well, absorbing so much damage. Zoni's Hourglass as well, apart from Karthus. Beautiful play from him. Can they pick up any kills though? No one has gone down just yet. Taric has finally been the first player to fall. Karthus refuses to die, finally does so. Here comes his ulti. Is it going to pick up any kills? Yes, it will. It picks up 1. In fact, picks up 2 with conjunction to Ashe. And it's going to be a 3-for-2 exchange so far. Can they pick up any more kills though? As Yorick is only the last remaining player, so they did pick up that last player of Corki, who I think got ultimated once again from Darian. But it's not going to be enough, guys. That's going to be the GG, surely. And yes, Darian pulls off the most ridiculous 3v1s that I've ever seen. Then it's going to be good night for Moscow 5. Warwick is going to jump on top of Darian. Not too sure about that one. He should be going down here from the tower. And Darian, any second now. But he's doing a beautiful job of baiting away from that Nexus. Ashe is just going to continue to pummel down on this Nexus. She could go going down, though. Soraka can't do anything to keep her up. But I think the Super Minion is going to clobber Yorick across the back of the head, taking him down. And now Soraka, Melasan, way too strong. He's going to try his best to just... I don't think he can actually finish this off. I think Moscow 5 is still in this game. Wow. I'm impressed. Darian, take a bow, dude. You're only delaying the inevitable, you have to feel, but still, that was quite impressive from him. So, just imagine that Moscow 5 win from this position. The Nexus is now on 1000 HP. If Moscow 5 can come back from this, I will be absolutely astounded. But you know what? They're Moscow 5. It's actually possible. I've seen crazier things than this in League of Legends, so definitely don't take anything away from them. Especially this stage of the game as well, guys. You know, 3 inhibs are down. The mid one has respawned and has very low health, but should be going down relatively soon. But this is the kind of stage of game where if you die, you're out of the game for 50 to 60 seconds. So if Moscow 5 can get a clean sweep, if they can get a team ace here, they could actually win this game still. It's still possible. But the team fights have not been going too well for them recently. So I wouldn't hold my breath too much. Goal difference, 75k to 62.8k. 11 towers to 3. Now let's have a look at what these players have decided to build up last. Both supports finishing off Zeke's Herald. What did Warwick finish off with? Well, he hasn't yet. He's got the recurve bow and the pickaxe. So the Madrid's Blood Razor should be getting finished off relatively soon from him to add to that frozen mallet of the Wit's End and the frozen heart as well. It's tense, guys. What can I say? It's very, very tense here. Moscow 5, you can see it's tangible. They do not want to push. They do not want to lose players because they know as soon as they lose one player, they've lost the game. Fnatic are going to try and finish this one off calm and confidently. They know they have to win this game. They know it's just within their grasp. They can touch it. They can feel it. But can they finish this one off? Shirai's Reverie has been popped there for Moscow 5. Is this their last stand? Is this their time to try and capitalize while Shen is at top? The answer is a no. Baron also went down as well. Important to note that too. Fnatic, we don't have a team fight here. It's actually going to pick up the first kill onto Yorick. Soul Shackles is going to come out from Morgana. Not enough though to kill anybody. Corki back onto both Cardless and Warwick. Beautiful play from him. But here comes the ultimate. It's going to claim at least one kill. In fact, it won't. What about that for a Shroud of Darkness from Diamond Prox? Wow, he had absolutely no health and timed it to perfection there. And it's a 2-for-2 exchange, but unfortunately, that's not going to cut it for Moscow 5. And there you go. The Nexus goes down. What a game that has been. And that's going to tie this series up at a 1-1. So first game went to Moscow 5, second game to Fnatic. And we are going to have that all-important, delicious game number 3 coming up for you right after this, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the all-important concluding matchup in the Medion Challenge Cup at Chaos TV. See you soon.